Hello and welcome back to the Two North One South podcast. My name is Dan, and I am again joined by the ever lovely Mr. Ryan and Mr. Dale. Hello, lads.
Hello.
Boys. How's it going?
Good, good. How's everyone doing?
Not too
Doing
bad.
good.
Loving the lockdown buzz.
That's what I was going to say. Apart from the fact that I'm imprisoned in my house day and daily.
Are you starting to feel it? Are you starting to feel it?
No, I'm actually not at all. If you look behind me, these lights are constantly here, so it's basically just like an ongoing disco. I haven't slept in like 14 days, so you know.
What about you, Dale? How's your lockdown going?
It's not too bad. You're getting on. You just get up, do the same shit, go to bed, keep everybody safe, wear your masks.
Wear your fucking masks. Wear your fucking masks.
In the
Wear
house.
your fucking mask.
The leather
wear the
ones.
mask in the house, to the bog, in the bed, everywhere.
in the bedroom.
In the bedroom.
You know,
That's
if she doesn't
here.
wear the mask, you take out the. No, never mind. I'm not going to this part.
No,
Sorry.
different type of mask.
Sorry,
I have an
babe, the
artillery
mask
in my
stays
mind
on.
right now.
I'll tell you what though, when I got my appendix removed, I came out of the surgery and I had a mask on, and like they brought me back to my ward, and I was sitting there and I went for a kip, had to sleep, everything like that. Woke up like 4 or 5 hours later on, like, and the nurse had to come in. He's like, "Do you know what? If you want, you can take that mask off." I have no problem with them.
Nope.
Like, I'll forget I'm even wearing one.
Especially if you're in
Yeah.
the hospital as well. Like the hospital is the number one place you're probably likely to contract
that's-
something. Just because
That's why
everyone's
the
going back and forth.
that's why the nurse is like, "You take the mask off, like you're totally fine here. Everyone's clear." It's like, I just forgot I had it on. It's like, I just forgot I was wearing it, to be honest.
Just came part of your face.
Pretty much.
I feel like as if you're like always slightly fucking like whenever you have it on for a long period of time though. You have, like maybe it's just me because I got a beard. Maybe you would know this, Dan. Not you particularly.
All right, lads, come on. What a head here.
Sorry, Ryan.
it's like
Talk to me, Ryan. Talk to me. The men will
Yeah.
talk. We'll leave him out of it. Don't worry.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, like the condensations on your beard, and then you get like a bit of a wet beard,
You do. You get.
And
You
you
get
know-
the soggy beard.
and you know that it's like your mouth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've technically been drooling over yourself for like the last 20 minutes.
No, it does.
Or whatever
It's
long you have it on.
it's a very real thing. You'll get the
yourself.
soggy beard, and then when you take the mask off, you can just smell. You can smell your beard then, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if it's like late into the day, see if like you're out, like if I'm at work and I'm out and about and I've had like lunch or something like that, and you have the mask on, and then you take it off, and you're like, oh, I can smell my beard.
Just a big crusty beard.
Crusty beard, like, it's
You are
not
both
appealing.
Absolutely horrendous bastards.
It's not appealing.
It's not a good thing.
It's not good.
But yeah, I've got a story for you if you want to hear this.
Please.
So we're all on Twitch, obviously, right? And we're all
Very true.
streamers, and you know we've been on Twitch for a while to know what mechanisms Twitch is like. You get different kind of content creators, you get people who have like a lot more artsy kind of like approaches towards content creation than even some TV shows. I would say there's more entertaining Twitch channels out there than there is TV shows.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
Yeah. So there's this thing, like on my Twitter, like I have a lot of like, you know, streamers, people who be like promoting their own Twitch or like upcoming events and stuff. But there's always, I don't know how avid you are on using Twitter, but there's always one person who's like ranting, or there's one person who's always trying to like expose somebody, right?
Oh, cancel
Right.
culture.
Kind of like cancel culture, but I'm getting something in particular here. So I came across, I was scrolling on Twitter, you know, doing the usual, and then it came up about this thing where somebody was complaining about this like scam company that's just kind of like came up.
Okay.
And the concept is it's called Twitch eligible, right? Like Twitch is eligible is the name of the
Right.
account, everything that's going on. And this tweet, and I'm not going to name any names particularly, except for the names that are mentioned directly with the company, not the people who mentioned it to me. But they were saying that this company has basically started up, right, as like The Bachelor, that kind of like vibe,
Right.
which they're bringing to Twitch. So they've emailed out fuckloads of people looking to be the eligibles.
Okay.
But this company's supposed to be run by this dude who's like this multi-millionaire person called like Zach Boosie. He's like verified on Twitter and everything, so he's clearly like some kind of like big deal.
Big wig.
However, he's like mentioned these like streamers, Banana Slam Jamma and Wings of Death. Apparently supposed to be like big enough like streamers, like thousands of views on their Twitch channel. And apparently they're supposed to be
Never
like
heard of them.
Right. Well, I haven't either, right? But the thing is that these guys are supposed to be involved in this, even though they've never confirmed it. And on top of that, they're emailing all the booby streamers, right?
Right.
Which is an official term, which I learned.
Oh, yeah.
Not an
Yeah.
offensive term. It's kind of one of those things that people say, like, if there's people doing just chatting channels, they're a female equation, and you obviously just get a lot of fucking thirsty dudes in the chat, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
The booby
what they're trying to
streamers.
do is email out. But the main problem for us being debated, if we're getting into it, is that you have to pay an entrance fee to be involved in the Twitch eligible.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, so that's 1,000% a scam then?
So completely, but the thing is that the website came out, right? And whenever the website came out, they made up a Twitter saying that they have a Twitter of like 10k followers and all this kind of business. I went on their Twitter, they've got like 400 followers, and then
Okay.
I went back on Twitter a couple of days later just to be like, I wonder how the scam website's doing. Now they're up to 10k followers.
What?
So they're clearly
Okay,
like,
so somebody went out and bought followers then.
So what do you get out of it? Like, is it, you're saying it's like the Bachelor type situation where like,
What do you win?
Yeah, well, how does it work? What does the winner get?
all right. Well, like as of today, like as of now, whenever I've went on to the account has been deleted. It's been completely like removed.
Shocker.
Yeah. So this is the thing. This Zach Boosie dude basically uploaded this tweet on the 14th of February. So it was obviously Valentine's Day that they got this shit. His tweet was...
He wasn't around for long, was he? Jesus, 4 days.
What, one night stand, stayed a bit too long, and then just got the fuck out of
Hung
it.
around for a wee while.
So a tweet was up here and they were like, I'm not too sure who's running Twitch is eligible, but they're doing an extra job as coming off creepy at how they're pitching the show. And then the links that he sent up here is just basically them saying that they're going to get these people in, they're going to get like some kind of like Discord call, like a streamer call, and then it'll be like X amount of guys, X amount of girls, and then they like challenge each other, like ask each other questions and do challenges. This is like allegedly what it's supposed to be. And it's all live recorded on Twitch for content. And then the lady streamers, the booby streamers, as they said, are the ones who choose which streamer, which guy out of the like 4 or 5 or whatever.
So it's like, is it like a dating show? Are they actually going to go on a date, or what is it like?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a virtual dating show on Twitch.
But you have to pay to be on it.
But what?
You have to pay to be on it.
You have to pay to be on it.
But you have to pay to be on it. So the prize is going to be like, obviously, whoever wins. I'm sure they were probably offering some for like fee on it, but
I would say that sounds a lot more like a thing where they're like, oh, your fee for being on it is exposure.
yeah,
They're going to pay you an exposure.
it's
my God.
fucking it's.
I'm glad it got shut
I'm
down.
Gonna see I'm gonna see.
Oh yeah, glad it's shut
100%
down. Like,
scam.
Hold on, I'm
there
gonna see if
there has been stuff like that before on Twitch,
Yeah.
like
Has
like
it?
dating shows. Yeah. Jay Schlatt does a dating show called Lover Host, where basically you'll get like, he is the bachelor, and there's like 10 women that come on to him, and like they ask questions and do tasks and shit like that, and then at the end of the thing, whoever he eliminates, he hosts their channel, and then the winner obviously wins and gets like a date with Jay Schlatt. But it's actually a really good concept. Like the way they do it is really good.
That's better because
That
you're not.
is a fucking scam,
Yeah,
though.
it's better because you're not paying into it. Like,
Yeah, no, it's his mates. Like, he knows who these people are, and like they're well known people in the community. But that Twitter page is basically, it sounds a lot like they're trying to rip off his concept
That-
and just pay you an exposure.
that's
Yeah.
basically the concept behind an MLM, a multi-level marketing company. Oh, here's a product. You got to buy the product, and then you sell it, and then you get people to work for you, and then you become a millionaire.
Well, it's
yeah.
like people have taken off to this so much, like so much. It's been on Reddit. It's been everywhere.
Have I not seen this?
All the stuff has been deleted now, like the majority of the stuff. But here's like a Reddit post, right? So somebody said Twitch's most eligible sent mass emails to Twitch partners from fake people and was called predatory to women in how they tried to get them on the show, right? So they obviously tried to like get some ladies on the show as well, free, because it's supposed to be like a clout thing, whereas the guys are supposed to be paying for the shit, right? So the response from the show in comments is, which most streamers pulled out of being involved. So, like, obviously people were saying that it's the same shit as the Austin show, just in real life.
The Austin show, that's another same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so like basically, like these people, they put up this website. The website has now been taken down. Like all their fucking Twitter page, everything's been taken down. But the weirdest thing about the account was that somebody was investigating the actual account itself, and this was supposed to just have come on in the last couple of like months, right? Like, but the account's been active since like 2015.
So they had the account for fucking forever.
So they had
a
account.
Now they've turned it into like a scam.
Well, I think they've had the account and then they've changed the name of the actual account because this, like, whoever this dedonker is fucking got like an idea to like change the names, you know what I mean?
Where it's just like, I see very popular people on Twitch doing this concept. I'm going to try and do that, but also make it a scam.
It's just creepy as fuck. Like, imagine, like,
it's super creepy.
You know what it's like? It's the equivalent of some dude who's like, you know, whenever you're on a night out with your like female friends, and then there's just that one dude who's like, "You coming back to my house for a house party? We got loads of beers," and then you just go back, man. It's just him and his friend playing the fucking like Call of Duty at like 4 o'clock with like one bag of fucking Walker's cheese and onion and like half a beer.
And a big bowl of pineapple sitting in the corner.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
No, but like the way they were like, oh no, but if you're a large female Twitch streamer, you can come on here, like you get exposure. But if you're a male Twitch streamer, you need to pay us to come on to the show to talk to the female Twitch streamers that aren't involved in the project, that have never said yes to this.
See, that's the thing though, because he didn't know. Well, whoever was, like, the way that it was marketed was that emails were sent particularly to the gender of the person. So they would have 2 drafted emails, one of them being like exposure opportunities, and then the other one would be like, for a small fee. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we can get you involved, kind of thing.
What about these? What about these guys, Banana Slam Jam and Wings of Death? Like, have they come out and said anything about it? Like,
no. So these guys were technically, now I haven't. Let me just see. As far as I'm aware, because I was looking through a couple of them, and none of them even seemed to have like debunked the fact that they weren't a part of it. However, they never confirmed.
Right.
Yeah. However, they didn't confirm that they were a part of it.
Right.
So they're pretty big fucking dudes. Like, I'm talking like 17.4K on Twitter on BSJ, which is Banana Slam Jam, and then the other dude's like 27.5K. And like they're just going across.
Yeah, like decent sized streamers, like.
Yeah. So they're just going about their daily day. Obviously not like seeing the pings. And
they surely didn't heard about this now. Like, there's no way they haven't heard about this now. Like, there's news articles and shit about it. Like,
I'm assuming that they have. However, they haven't came out about it. So I think they don't want to be involved just in case either it was true.
Yeah.
And it's creepy, or it's not true, and then you'll get the fucking naysayers anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It smacks me a lot of like the whole CSGO Lotto kind of fiasco that was going on, where like at the start they were like, we're not gonna take any part of that because it was basically a scam for children.
Wait.
And then they're like,
give me the lowdown for this. I think
You've never heard this?
oh, you never heard of this?
So.
This is huge.
Oh,
This is
like
a huge scandal. A couple of years ago.
Did you not hear about
huge thing?
The disco house that I've been living in?
Oh no, this was like 4
I
or
ain't
5
got time
years
for
ago.
news.
No
dude.
windows in that disco.
Yeah, if somebody didn't slip that under my door, I wouldn't have found out about this. So you're.
It was about 4 or 5 years ago. 3 big YouTubers / Twitch streamers. It was Syndicate, T Martin, and I can't remember who the third one was.
I didn't even know. I thought it was two. I only knew the two lads. I didn't know.
No, there was definitely a third one, but Syndicate and T Martin took the major amount of flack for it, but there was definitely a third one involved. Anyway, they set up like a gambling website where you could gamble CSGO skins. So you know the way CSGO skins are worth actual monetary value.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big market. Yeah.
Big market.
Big money.
So like you would go out and buy, say, 400 quid worth of Counter-Strike skins, put them into this website, and then you could either do like a roulette wheel or it was 50-50 coin flips.
Right.
So you would put in 400 quid, the other person would put in 400 quid, and then it's a coin flip to see who wins, winner takes all kind of thing.
Right.
They did a load of videos on YouTube promoting the website, being like, look guys, I found this cool website. It's called CSGO Lotto. You should all put your fucking skins into this website and gamble on this website. It's really cool. Just found it. Blah, blah, blah. Didn't tell the people that they owned the website and had backroom entrance into the code of the website.
So they could influence their win percentage.
So they were putting out YouTube videos saying, look, I won $5,000 on CSGO Lotto. And people were like, oh, that looks sick. I'm going to go gamble on that website, even though there is a possibility of them going into the background code of the website and changing it and manipulating the code so that they would win 90% of the time to make banging YouTube videos to promote the website, even though they owned it and didn't tell anybody about it.
Very scummy.
It's kind of like, it's the equivalent, well, kind of, you know that thing where, I can't remember what, maybe it's a Ponzi scheme? Isn't it like where you borrow money of somebody and you're like, if you invest this money, you're gonna get a return.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
A Ponzi. Yeah, so a Ponzi scheme is like, say if I go to Dale and I'm like, Dale, if you buy this fucking half-drank bottle of beer off me, right, for €500, I guarantee you I will give you €1,000 in 2 weeks, right? So Dale goes off and he buys the €500, the €500 bottle of beer, right? I do the same thing then to you and I get €500 off you, and then I do it again to a third person. And then I come back to Dale and say, like, Dale, there's your €1,000. But if you invest that €1,000, if you invest another €1,000, €2,000, I'll come back to you with €3,000 or €10,000. So then I get another 1,000 off him. So now I have 1,500 off him. I go do the same to you. I do the same to the third person. And you're just constantly giving me more and more money. And I'm just giving you back money that doesn't belong to me to other people. So that's what a Ponzi scheme is.
It's basically like a load of people just fucking, sharing money without them actually realizing.
Yeah.
So we're
essentially.
But that's like, fuck, man, that's dangerous. It's dangerous because you just fall flat at some stage.
But see, with the thing that they all got really called out for was because their audience is primarily under 18s.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not regulated gambling. It's not the same as if I go to insert gambling website here and put in 50 quid, they have to do like ID checks to make sure that I'm over 18 and shit like that.
Yeah.
You just go onto the website and it's like, are you over 18? Click yes, done.
It's legally not gambling. It is gambling, but in the eyes of the law, it's legally not gambling. That's the problem.
Essentially, it's because it's online goods like Counter-Strike skins and FIFA packs and stuff like that. It's not technically regulated gambling.
It's the same with the whole FIFA Ultimate Team and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like loot boxes and stuff. It's not you're gambling your money to get these in-game items, but it's technically not gambling.
Right.
In the eyes of the law at the moment.
But going back to what I was saying about that, the Twitch eligible thing, it smacks me kind of like that CSGO kind of concept, because when that came out, everybody was getting a big amount of flack for it. At the start, it was radio silence, complete radio silence, didn't say anything. And then like a week later, when the mob had kind of died down a little bit, then they came out and said, we fucked up.
You know what though? And I'm not gonna like stick this somewhere else or something else. But for people to kind of come out at the end of these kind of things, and even though they're absolute dirty laundry people, smellers, they're dirty, right?
Dirty.
Even like apart from that, they didn't take what the whole mixer thing did, or the whole mixer thing failed to do. Now, obviously, that's a different topic for a different day. I don't want to press on that too much, but like that, the way they handled that, absolutely atrocious.
That would be a fantastic topic for a different discussion.
Yeah. All I'm saying,
the mixer debacle.
That is a good one. We can do that.
Dive into that.
We can dive into that. We all have our roots in mixer, like so.
Or for the next episode.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Sneak peek? Question mark? Spoiler alert? Question mark? Question for Mark?
Question mark. So what are we saying? Like to round this all up, what are we saying? Do you think they're involved with it or not? Yes or no? In your gut feeling, do you think those big the Wings of Death and Banana Slam Jams, do you think they're actually involved in that or not?
I don't think they are.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think they'll know. I think maybe they don't know everything, but I think they'll know something. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're named in it, surely you'd know there's going to be asking for fees. You'll know that like the women aren't going to be asked for fees. The lads are being asked for fees. I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong, but I think they know more information than not.
I'm 100% on the same level. I think if
could be wrong, and I'm hoping. I hope I'm wrong.
If their names are implemented in that, and it is 1,000% a scam, and they're decent sized Twitch streamers making decent amount of money, if somebody put their name in that would besmirch them in that sort of way to make them look like scammers. If they weren't involved in it, there would be a lawsuit.
That's true. I think, like, in my mind, the only way I could do this is, like, the only way that I can kind of break this down is in the senses that, like, these guys have clearly been marked with this. And they must have been approached by it. They must have been approached by somebody. But with this person approaching them, I think they probably did it in a completely different way, possibly. Or, like, labeled it as, yo, dude, could we use your name for like a bit of branding that we're doing? You know, we'll give you like X amount of money, whatever.
That is possible. That is possible, yeah.
You know, and then they didn't really necessarily know what the fuck they're getting into because like streamers of that caliber, like, you know, I don't think that they do everything by themselves. I think there's people that they connect with.
Oh, somebody definitely would have an agent or a manager or somebody at that level.
You're suggesting like someone was like, hey, look, lads, this is a good opportunity here. I've looked into it. And they're like, yeah, okay, if you say it's a good idea, we'll go for it. You're thinking something like that?
I think
possible.
So. You could paint it anyway, dude. Like genuinely, like this is kind of weird, but like I got a Discord message from a dude like a couple of weeks ago, and he was selling something similar to this, right? Strange, like personally outside of this here, obviously, like if you want to see the string of messages or whatever, but he was doing like a fucking like a Twitch bachelor type job, but it was more like a fucking, you know, what the fuck do you call that? Only Way is Essex type shit. We do like a fucking.
Oh, I would pay money to see you on the Only Way is Essex.
I'm never doing it. But
so like it's like a real world kind of
like a reality show.
Type show.
Hold on. While we're doing this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the messages up so I know my references are accurate.
Mate, I would pay dollars to see you doing that.
So this dude, where is he, man? I don't want to like hold this up too much, but this dude basically was like in one of my streams and he's seen my streams, right? And whenever he seen that, he was saying that he thought that I would be like suitable to go on this show that this YouTube dude was doing, that he was moving over to Twitch, and then whenever he moved over to Twitch, he was basically looking to kick off this fucking program thing, whatever the hell it was. Right, okay, here we go. I got it. So Nimbo, has anybody heard of Nimbo here? No.
Never heard of him.
I've never heard as well. Right. So if you like YouTube Nimbo, apparently they got like a couple of thousand fucking subs, and they've went over to Twitch and they've got a couple of thousand fucking whatever else as well. So this dude was saying that he was looking to go in and get like a dating show. And the way that he painted it to me was basically the show. Now I'm reading this verbatim from this message, okay? So basically the shows that we want to do are similar to the Austin show on Twitch. The huge love or host shows with usually one man and a bunch of females competing to win.
Yeah.
However, usually there are auditions prior to this, blah, blah, blah. Basically, thought you were entertaining, blah, blah, blah. And then what way they're looking to do it is me and another dude, and then just a pile of fucking, I would assume, female, streamers.
Co-hosts.
Right. And then they do the exact same thing, like The Bachelor type shit, where we're fucking doing creepy, weird,
Yeah.
content shit. So
Yeah.
this is clearly a thing that a lot of people are jumping on at the moment.
Seems to be, yeah.
know what I
It seems to
mean?
be quite popular, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the start, I was like, it's the same as it's the same as Lover Host. It's essentially just Austin hosts this reality show called Lover Host, and then he gets eligible bachelors to come on and do like a version of The Bachelor, but for Twitch.
Yeah.
So people have seen this. It bangs on Twitch, bangs on YouTube, and people are like jumping on the bandwagon, trying to do their own version of it.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, but I looked up that Nimbo person on YouTube, and apparently they just re-upload women streamer highlight clips.
Calling out their name. Calling
Yeah.
out their name. Fucking weird, dude.
That's
Yeah.
I was looking at that as well when you were telling this story. Like, it's just 10-second.
It's just re-uploads.
It's less than 10-second clips of women. I haven't clicked on any of the videos here yet, but I can tell by the thumbnails what the content is. So
Yeah.
like,
And look at the view count as well, dude. Like the whole thing is so bizarre to me. Because why?
yeah.
Where do you
Odd.
build a fan base off that? Like they're getting thousands of views for like a 10-second clip of another streamer saying this person who we don't even fucking know his name, and he
Yeah.
apparently got big on YouTube. That's where he.
Yeah.
is
he
that all
built
the
up his
videos
thing.
are? It's just these different streamers
Yeah,
saying
just
his name.
10-second re-uploads, like literally stream clips, and just re-upload it to YouTube.
So I didn't get as like interested in this because obviously I like completely fought this off. I have a girlfriend. I'm very happy with my girlfriend. I made her aware of it. She kind of like shrugged, being like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, I wouldn't." I'm like, I'm letting you know that this was offered to me. So I never got as far as looking up this person on Twitch, so I don't know what their actual like content on Twitch is like
Yeah.
their live streaming content. But something tells me
Like-
if this is their YouTube.
I'll go as far to say it's probably awful.
It is 100% poopy poop.
It's
Yeah,
probably bad.
That's a very, very strange channel. Like, I could be getting ahead of myself here, like, but that's like, if this is what they're uploading onto YouTube, I just can't imagine
Yeah.
their Twitch content is incredible. Like,
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form, half decent.
See,
Like their top upload of all time is a re-upload of XQC's girlfriend when XQC just walks into her room. Like, what is that? Like,
it's weird, right? Like the
Very
whole thing
strange.
is just a bit off.
oh, it's so
very,
off.
yeah,
It's
no,
just-
you're right to turn that down. It's very strange.
I would 100% be like, nope, see you later.
Yeah,
It's fucking weird, dude. Just yeah. I like it was the fact that this dude reached out to me and he wasn't even Nimbo himself. He was
Yeah, it was some dude representing him.
on behalf, and I was just like, I don't know, man. That's like it's the equivalent of like trying to chat to somebody on your mate's behalf.
How you go, my mate?
Do you like my friend over there? And he's like over there being like, you like my mate Henry? Do you? He's class crack. He is.
Man, you say that, but like, I remember many a youth disco when I was only a wee lad, going up and speaking to girls on behalf of my mates. Will you
go, my mate?
Will you go with my mate? Will you shift my mate? No. Will
Was
you
that-
shift me?
was
Will
that
shift
when
my mate?
Oh, I remember that. That
You shift
that
me?
was the back play.
Yeah.
It was like, would you kiss my mate? No. Would you kiss me?
Kiss me.
Oh, go on then.
That's
then
the
you-
backup plan.
Simpler time.
You would do the old, the old fish. The fish kind of. You know
No,
that?
you did.
a
You used to
kiss
do
your mum does?
the old like fucking cheek play. We were like, "Will you give us a kiss?" And they're like, You're like, "What about the cheek?" And they're like, "All right, go on then." You're all, "Hey!"
You get the cheek, and then you're in there.
You do that.
Yeah, flip round and it's
Simpler time.
Next thing you know, you're just slow dancing like 3 meters apart on the dance floor. Say now,
It was
baby,
always-
I got to go away. You know, in the background playing.
Yeah.
Just
You know,
like
it
East
was,
of
it was
the
always
Seventh
so awkward, man. It was always so awkward because I remember like going into the youth disco. I fucking used to hate the youth discos, like, because it's just the type of person I am. I don't like dance music or anything like that shit. But you'd go there for the shift. But you walk in. This is the way it used to always happen, and I'm pretty sure this is a universal thing. You walk in, all the women are over there. All the lads are over there. And it would be like that for about 20 minutes to half an hour until one lad ventured over. And once he, that was like
that one shining light in the darkness just gets up in the middle of the dance floor.
Yeah.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Once he breaks that barrier, the floodgates are open.
It's great. I love it. Like we used to have like, I'm pretty sure this is a fucking universal thing everyone had. But in our school, we had this one kid who had like ADHD, and he was a fucking mad hellion. Like,
So me and Dan, there.
me and Dan.
right, right. Well, like you are chill, right? Compared to like, well, obviously, like from what
Now.
I'm talking is, but yeah,
you
but
grow
this
up,
dude
you get
was
a bit
like,
more chill. Like.
yeah. This dude was hyped like all the fucking time. So we went into the school disco. It was like the end of year school disco, and it was the exact same thing. Like all the girls on one side, all the guys on the other side, and there was something playing like, I don't know, man, S Club 7. And there was just this dude.
Yes.
Banging.
But he was in the middle of the dance floor, just by himself, like fucking sliding on his knees, air guitaring like this, dude, just going fucking nuts. And I was like,
Loving it.
I fucking love this dude. He's
Is that
awesome 'cause, like,
ADHD? I think that's something else.
I know.
Just hyperactive as fuck. He just loved S Club 7, man.
That lad
he
just
was- he
fucking loves Club 7.
Yes.
Fucking loves it.
Fucking, you know, whenever the song comes on, you're like, churn.
Turn.
Just bop onto the dance floor.
A simpler
Did
time.
anybody else's youth disco just like used to pretend like chewing gum was like fucking class A drugs? Or like you'd be going in and like if you had a packet of chewing gum in your pocket, you're like, no, in the bin.
Wrigley's.
Nobody else do that.
Yeah. Yeah, they were always like that. You go in, you get pat down. It's like, what's this? Packet of Wrigley's. Not tonight, son.
In the bin.
In the bin. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
All right, fuck me. You're walking in, you're just like, I just want my minty fresh breath for when I'm shifting girls, you know?
man, like,
Then you get-
I remember, like, because, like, obviously when you're at the youth discos, you're always going to be a little bit drunk. You know what I mean? Like, who isn't having a few cans before they go to a youth disco? Like, but, like, the bouncers at our youth disco used to just pull, like, not the drunk lads off, but just the little shy lads that walk up. You'd be like, yeah, there's my €5 to get in. Nah, like you've had a few. You need to sit over there for 20 minutes. It'd be like you'd look over at the drunk corner, and it's just like 12 awkwardly fucking
just like-
socially awkward people sitting in the corner going,
Just chill in a corner.
Yeah, you go, can't
I
go
could
in
have been
and-
staying at
I'm
home
too
and
drunk."
reading the Avengers comic. But now I'm here. Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's two lads inside fucking sweaty as balls, fucking falling all over the place, trying to make out with a chair. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing more shapes than Sesame Street. Fucking
yeah.
just.
Oh, man.
letting the messes in. Yeah.
I remember the first time I got the bus to Clubland, and I was wrecked. I was about 14, drunk a quarter bottle of vodka, basically raw, because
my God.
I didn't know. I thought like
You didn't
because you
know.
know the way when you watch TV shows and they just drink whiskey and vodka
always drinking
straight
it
out of
raw.
the glass.
Yeah.
Just drink it straight. So I was like, sick. I'll do that. Just cracked open a quarter bottle of vodka and just started drinking. I was like, oh my God, it tastes like fire. And I just kept drinking it and drinking. I was stocious, completely wrote off. Got off the bus, walked into the line, stumbling everywhere, and you do your best, like sober face when you get up to the guy at the door, and you're like, "All right, lad." You hand him the money, and I got in. And as soon as I got into that place, I just had to book it to the toilets, be violently ill, and then just get back on the bus. I was wrote clean off. Didn't hear a note of music. Walked in, straight to the toilets, sick everywhere. My mate comes in, he's like, "You need to go home." I'm like, "Yeah, that's probably the best idea." Lifts me up by the collar, my fucking cool water aftershave just stanking the place out.
Cool water. Did you not go
Links
red
Africa.
diesel, though?
Oh yeah, Lynx Africa and cool water, man. That was my combo.
So you were the most flammable man in the disco.
Oh yeah,
Anybody
I
just
was
lights a cigarette
literally.
near you, you just bust into the
Anybody puts any sort of flammable substance near me, and I was just going up like.
Such a horrible environment, those youth discos anyway, because I don't know about your ones, but like we had like the painted cinder blocks on the inside of it. So it's just like a cinder block that you'd have like in a raw building, but it was painted. And if you went anywhere near the wall, it was just dripping with condensation. Just
Oh no,
absolute
man.
disgusting. Just literally wet to the touch. You could, if you looked at it for long enough, you'd see the beads running down it. Just a horrible environment. Just a generally
That's
disgusting
horrendous.
environment. Yeah.
The one thing I loved is just you got to that point, because nobody was allowed like drinks on the dance floor, but you got to that point where like the floor would just become so sticky. Because everyone's clearly just like hanging out in the fucking toilets, just drinking copious amounts of alcohol, spilling it on their shoes, and then they come in, tramping it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Sounds
was
like-
what was your go-to drink when you were like 14, 15?
WKD, man.
Was it?
Mainly because it tasted like Flintstones, like ice pops.
Not far off. Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Ice.
Right. You two lads are both
Sim
too
Sim.
fancy for me.
Sim.
Mine was like a £1.50 bottle of fucking White Lightning cider.
Cider?
8% white cider.
I'm telling you, like the one time that I had cider properly, like we got like a 3 liter cider at my friend's house, and I was just like, but it was my first time trying it, so I was like, well, this is way better than beer and vodka and whatever else. So I was like drinking and drinking, but it's just because it's so carbonated. Like the cheaper it is, the more carbonated it is. I like 100% was laughing at somebody, and then like I bent over to laugh, and it was just like, you know, it was a projectile the whole way from my shoes right up. I like flicked up in the air and just slapped in my mate's kitchen.
Oh no.
But it was like proper fucking like exorcist shit. Like somebody just cocked me from the back and just like fucking shot this. Oh, dude. It
Like,
was-
did you know it was coming, or did it just like hit like a train?
No, it just took me completely by surprise. Like I was fine. I can't even remember what we were laughing about. We were laughing about something, but as soon as I went down, my stomach clearly was like this ball that just went. And it just fucking exploded.
Just like, well, we've nowhere else to go, boys, so straight up the esophagus.
Just like a very quiet, very faint.
Yeah.
I think there was like a wince before it did it, so it was just like me laughing and then one like second of silence and me going, eh, and then just fucking,
Yeah.
you know.
I remember the first time I came home drunk after drinking white cider, I got into the car because I lived in the countryside. So I went into town and I was drinking with my mates, and my mum come and picked me up. She was like, Did you have fun? I was like, yeah, it was fun. I was sitting in the back of the car just trying not to talk so that the smell of alcohol wouldn't go into the car. I was like, yeah, you okay? And I was like, yeah. And we lived in like this real country lane, so my mum purposely put the boot down and we were going over the potholes like this. So I was like, I'm gonna be sick. And then she was like, oh, you not feeling good? And I was like, no. Got into the house and was just violently sick in the toilets. And my mum was like, well, you had a wee bit too much tonight, did you? And I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry, don't hurt me. And she was like, get to fucking bed now.
The worst.
Get you to fucking bed.
You're giving me PTSD. So like, oh my god, because I remember when I was younger, when I was still living with my parents, like my dad is like, my dad has a hard on for turf. Like my dad loves turf. Like for anyone who doesn't know what turf is, right? Turf is like it's peat. It's like this kind of like think of like squished up flammable mud is basically what peat is.
It's basically just wet coal.
It's fucking wet coal. It's flammable mud, right? My old lad fucking loves a bit of turf. Do you know what I mean? Every year he'd buy a plot of land.
bit of turf.
Bit of turf. He'd buy a plot of land just outside town, up the fucking tippy top of the mountain, right? And you'd go up there and you have to foot turf, right? And you do this every fucking summer, which is like footing turf is just the most horrendous act that you can do when you're hungover, because you spend the entire day bent over. So like you're on your feet, bent over, picking up little bricks, and you're building them 6 high, and you're doing that for miles. So if you went out the night before and you made it like a quote unquote show yourself, as he would put it, right? If you came home in a bad state,
You made a fucking show of yourself last night, boy.
it didn't matter if you went to bed at 5 o'clock, if you went to bed at 2 o'clock, if you went to bed at 6 o'clock on the button, 6:30, he'd come in, boom, 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 boom. Come on, we're going footing turf. And Jesus Christ, it would be the worst day of your life.
No, man.
A part of you would die on the top of that mountain.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's parts of my body all over that mountain because bits would just be
Just half
falling.
of your liver.
Oh,
Just
you'd be there, and like bits of you would be falling out of you, and you're like, oh, what's that? Oh, I don't even know what that is. I don't need it. And you're just horrendous.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't need it. Whatever it is, I don't need it anymore. Just falling. You're disintegrating on top of this mountain trying to foot this turf. Absolute disgusting.
Oh fuck. Let's hear what we'll call it there.
I think so. I think that's a good long episode there. So listen, this has been the 2 North 1 South podcast. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.